Hi, I'm Dr. Ashley Holcomb, and today I'm going to give you a few tips as you think about your New Year's resolutions. Before we dive into today's topic, don't forget to click below to subscribe and to check out some of my other videos. Many of us use the new year as a way of reflecting on the year that has passed and thinking about the year that is to come. Any day can be a day for change, but there's something about the new year that really helps us examine ourselves and consider where we want to go next. However, most of us put aside those resolutions by about February. So let's talk about a few tips that can help you make the most of those resolutions. One of my biggest pet peeves about this process is when people say things like, New Year, New You. It kind of basically says that you have to become an entirely different person in order to reach your goals. The goal of resolutions is not to be a different person. It's to help you live out your values more successfully. The reality is, you're never going to be perfect. You're never going to perfectly balance all the different parts of your life and have everything working at optimal levels. You didn't fail last year, and you're not going to magically become perfect next year. So, this process is not about like looking down on yourself or shaming yourself or changing yourself. It's about making small choices that are going to help you navigate the next year in a way that is in line with your values, not someone else's values, not some standard out there on social media, but it's helping you be who you want to be. One part of this process is taking a look ahead at your year and thinking about what might need a little bit more of your energy or time. So, for example, I'm going to be teaching a class for the first time in 2021. So, that's going to take up a lot of my energy and attention. But that means there's going to be other things that are going to have less of my attention and energy, right? So, for example, I love to bake and I like to try new recipes and give things out to my neighbors. But I'm not going to be doing that as much, at least while I'm teaching, because I'm not going to have as much time to focus on that. So I'm going to intentionally focus my energy and attention on some of my work. Now, I want you to notice a couple things about that. One is that I'm making that choice strategically and intentionally based on the things I have to get done this year. I'm planning ahead. And two, I'm not going to try to be perfect. You can't be good at everything. So, one thing you might want to do is you might want to make a list of all of your different priorities: work, hobbies, mental, physical health and self care, relationships. Figure out how you want to rank those. Not because that has to be your priority ranking from now until the end of time, but thinking about this year, what are the key things you want to prioritize, and what are some other things that you're going to be okay putting a little bit less energy into, just based on what you want to do this year. My next tip is to think of your New Year's resolutions like a year-long strategic plan. You may have been in a company where they've had the yearly strategic initiatives complete with SMART goals and quarterly evaluations and monthly or semi-weekly meetings. You've probably seen graphs that chart progress to see how you're doing on those goals at work. Companies do this because it works. Setting definable and achievable goals and tracking your progress over time helps you complete those goals and be accountable to them. If you're willing to put in that much effort for your company, why not put that much effort in for yourself? Go ahead, pull out your planner and say, these are the dates I'm going to have my quarterly evaluation for myself. These are my monthly, semi-weekly meeting dates where I'm going to look at my SMART goals for myself and see how I'm doing. You might even be changing some of your goals throughout the year. So for myself, this class that I'm teaching will be over in March. So in March, I'll get the opportunity to reevaluate and assess and think about other goals that I want to focus on for the rest of the year. Okay, last tip. Find a creative or communal way to track your progress. Join a club that has similar goals to yourself, or make a club if one doesn't already exist. Use an app that can track your progress, or do it yourself. Pull out an Excel spreadsheet, type in some numbers, and make some graphs. Or buy a planner that fits your style. There's so many planners out there that have creative ways to help you think about getting things done. For example, if you're interested in bettering your mental health this year, check out the My Journey Planner from Joy Paper Designs. This is from a colleague of mine, and she's done a great job integrating mental health care and self-care into a planner. As we wrap up today's video, I want to remind you, the goal is not to be a new person. It's to live out the values you already have with intentionality. Happy New Year.